Dexter Morgan lived by one rule above all: the Code of Harry. Never kill an innocent. Only kill those who truly deserve it. This wasn't just advice from his adoptive father. It was the law that gave meaning to his life, the thin line that separated him from the very monsters he hunted in the shadows. The code kept him disciplined, focused, and, in his mind, even justified. Without it, Dexter believed he would spiral into chaos, killing recklessly with no restraint. But here's the dark truth. Even the most rigid code can be broken, and Dexter, despite his precision and control, was no exception. Over the years, temptation, rage, and desperation pushed him beyond his own boundaries. Moments where his dark passenger spoke louder than Harry's teachings. Moments where he crossed lines he swore he'd never cross. So what happens when the hunter becomes the very thing he fears? When Dexter himself betrays the sacred code that defines his identity, today, we uncover every time Dexter Morgan broke his own rule, and the chilling consequences that followed. Dexter's first true slip came long before viewers met him. In flashbacks, we see teenage Dexter murder nurse Mary, the woman who cared for Harry while he was dying. She was euthanizing patients without consent, crossing moral lines. But was she truly a threat to society? Killing her wasn't justice. It was personal. This was Dexter's first real betrayal of Harry's code, during Season 2. Dexter kills a man named Jimmy Sensio, a gang member responsible for violence. But the truth is, Jimmy didn't fit Dexter's usual standard. He wasn't a proven serial predator, just another criminal. It was an impulsive kill, one fueled by Dexter's urge, not justice. Another crack in the code, Season 3, gives us a chilling moment. Dexter kills an innocent man by mistake. After targeting someone connected to Miguel Prado, Dexter realizes too late that the man was not guilty of murder. This moment shakes him, proving that even with his careful planning, his need to kill can override the code's clarity. Perhaps the most haunting consequence of Dexter's rule-breaking was Rita's death. By breaking his own rule and letting his obsession with the Trinity killer cloud his judgment, Dexter failed to protect his family. The code wasn't just about who he killed, it was about staying disciplined, and his slip cost Rita her life. Lieutenant Maria LaGuerta was not a killer. She wasn't evil. She was a cop doing her job, getting too close to Dexter's secret. But when the choice came down to his freedom or her life, Dexter broke the code completely. He killed LaGuerta in cold blood, not because she was guilty, but because she threatened to expose him. It was the darkest violation of Harry's code, the moment Dexter truly became what he feared, a murderer without a moral line. Dexter Morgan built his entire identity around one principle, the Code of Harry. It was more than a set of rules. It was his lifeline, the illusion that convinced him he was different from the predators he stalked. As long as he followed the code, he could believe he was serving a purpose, cleansing the world of those who slipped through the cracks of justice. While keeping his darkest urges under control, it gave him structure. It gave him meaning. It gave him a reason to exist. But every time Dexter broke that code, something terrifying was revealed. The truth bled through. The dark passenger was never bound by Harry's rules. It wasn't driven by justice or morality. It was driven only by hunger, a primal urge to kill that no discipline could ever fully cage. And in those moments, we saw the cracks in Dexter's mask, exposing not a righteous avenger, but a man teetering on the edge of the very monsters he hunted. And maybe that's why Dexter's story holds us in its grip, because his greatest enemy was never the ice truck killer, or Trinity, or even LaGuerta closing in. His greatest enemy was himself, the endless battle between the identity he constructed and the darkness he could never escape. Dexter Morgan isn't just a killer who followed a code. He's a tragic reminder that no set of rules can fully silence the shadows within us, and perhaps that's what makes him so haunting, the realization that, under the right circumstances, the same battle could belong to us.